How I published a book while at Harvard. So writing a book has always been my biggest dream, but I had no idea how to do it, and I didn't want to be another student author that just published, self-published through Amazon. So if you guys are thinking about actually publishing an actual book and doing the traditional route, watch this video. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is source literary agents. I'm not kidding, I think I sourced over 200 and I emailed over 170. So you guys can literally see here, this is my full list. I made a giant Google Doc of every single agent, and I specifically looked for the ones that would publish books in my category. So I was writing a how-to nonfiction book. So if your category is fiction or romance, you should find agents who have success in that field, because what your agent is going to do is find and pitch you again. So there's two pitching processes, pitch you to publishing companies, and their contacts are more likely going to be publishing companies who have experience in that specific area. And you can find agents either by just Googling literary agents or nonfiction literary agents, search for your specific field just on Google, or you can ask chat to generate you a list. At the time when I was sourcing, chat was not a big thing, so I just had to manually find people. And I would say if you're pitching to a company in general, you should highlight a specific agent, look at the company and see if there's a specific agent who is specializing in social impact books. For instance, that's what I did. And you have a better chance if you find people like that. And once I got one, which literally took months, guys, I think 3 to 4 months, I started pitching around early summer, and I don't think I got a yes until November. But after you make your list of agents, what you want to do is you want to write up a query letter, and also you should have your book draft ready, or at least a sample table of contents, because a lot of agents will ask to see if they're interested. What you do is you pitch a query letter, and they might ask you to attach a book manuscript or a sample table of contents to kind of learn more about your work and see if it's something that they want to take on. And I can make a whole separate video on those components if you guys want. But a query letter is literally a pitch email. What is your book? Why are you the best fit to write it? Why is that book needed in the world right now? Sample table of contents is very detailed, each chapter, what each chapter is going to talk about and how your book's going to be organized. And the book draft, you can literally just type it up in Words or Google Docs, your full book draft. I would say I spent around 2 to 3 months writing and the full book, so that was 200 something pages, 250 pages maybe, and I really just sat at the pool over the summer and just wrote. And then I honed a query letter based off example ones that I found online and also from previous student authors that were successful, and I modeled my query letter after that, and I just sent it to so many different places. The third step is to then, once you get an agent and you sign with them, they are going to start pitching you to publishing companies. So once, I guess you just hand off the work to them, and they will notify you when they get a publishing company to agree. A lot of the times the agents will ask you to tweak your query letter or tweak your proposal or in some way. My agent asked me to write a full book proposal. That basically just included a description, a summary of what my book was about, and then also a detailed table of contents and why this was needed, as well as about the author and how I was really going to sell the book. Because you have to understand the book industry is unfortunately a dying industry because of the amount of technology that's out there and ebooks and things like that online, and people are using platforms like Substack. So less people are reading, and that is really unfortunate, but that's why when you are trying to publish a book, you need to sell. How are you going to sell it? So for me, my social media audience was a big component, as well as talking about my nonprofit network, because my book is a how-to nonprofit book. And then once you sign with a publishing company, everything is set. You get an editor, you get a publicist, you get a marketing team, and you start working through your manuscript. And it obviously works different for different publishing companies, but mine just tweaked my manuscript completely. And I was really annoyed at first, but it is so much better, and I'm really grateful to my editor for that. My book comes out February 3rd, and you guys can pre-order now. It would seriously mean the world. Love you guys so much.